Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we're joined by a very special guest, current professional hockey player with the Waterford Sharks, second Independence Hockey League, Elijah Gibbons. Elijah just recently won an MIHL championship with the Waterford Sharks. It's tough for me to say that because I was the opposing goaltender, but like it was definitely a great battle, and like I loved playing against you and everything, playing the Sharks. But like before, like you got into the pro ranks, you were with Concordia University, Ann Arbor, ACHA for 4 years, or with 3 years, and then you went into University of Alabama, your last year of eligibility in the ACHA, and then you played a little bit of NA3HL, and you're also on your elite prospects. It says University of Maine NCAA as well. So we'll dive into everything about your hockey career, like life in general, just what it was like growing up in Savannah. So just want to welcome you to the show, Elijah Gibbons.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't until I just met you. I didn't even realize you had a podcast. So like, this is actually this is cool. I took a little deep dive. I did a little bit of research because it would be disrespectful if I didn't. You've had some really cool guests on. I noticed you had Dinger on too. Oh, who was that Maine with? And the thing about Maine was like I didn't even play. I was basically like an e-bug. It was one of those things where just in the right place at the right time, someone got hurt, and they asked me if I wanted to sign. I mean, you can't fucking turn down
Yeah,
Division One opportunity. So
yeah,
yeah, but no. In
exactly.
the meantime, I was still working as like an equipment manager and folding towels, and still getting dressed and going out for practices and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a foot in the door, and you got to see the NCAA Division 1 level like right in front of you. So like that must have been a huge advantage to you, and like good for your development because you're facing D1 guys, and then like you got a chance to sign for games like that. That's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, it was reassuring. It was reassuring in the fact that I mean I'm I believe and I have faith that I'm actually a good goaltender, but just being able to be in those practices and make saves, it it was one of those moments. Was, oh man, like I can actually do this. And like all my friends, I say this all the time. Like all my friends are playing somewhere and they're doing really well for themselves, and they are better than me. So I would say like I'm the worst of my friend group. When it like one of my best friends, I call him my brother, Austin McGarrett, just won Rookie of the Year in the ECHL. For the Carolina Stingrays. So it's like when you hang around like a bunch of guys like him, it's like you have no choice but to make sure you're working hard and actually being good enough to like stop those pucks because they don't want to sit out there whenever they're like skating and stuff.
Yeah,
It's no fun for them.
yeah, and like that's like one of the biggest things is just being surrounding yourself with the right people and with the people that are like-minded and have goals like you want, like you have, just like guys like playing Division 1, playing pro, playing like college, like everyone's trying to level themselves up and get to that next level, and like everyone's going into work hard every day and just to get better. So like that's the people you want to be surrounded with because it'll just elevate your game at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's fun playing beer league and stuff, but when you play like a high level of hockey, you want more.
Yeah.
Like you just have that hunger of actually getting out and like getting a chance of like being good skates and being around like good shooters and good players. So
Yeah, like men's league, like I'll do it just for like to stay in game shape and just being able to take the rest. But like, yeah, I agree with you with just being in like those good skates, and like the competition is through the roof, and like everyone's going 100% on each rep, and like it just makes you want to get better and makes you want to stop those guys that maybe at higher levels than you.
oh yeah, iron sharpens iron for sure.
Yeah, but like growing up, like you grew up in Savannah, Georgia. So like what was growing up like in Savannah, like hockey wise and then like life wise as well?
Oh man, like there wasn't shit for hockey in Savannah. It's like everyone goes to Savannah and there's like, oh, you grew up in like such a beautiful town because it is a vacation town for sure. So we have a good amount of like snowbirds that come down and will live either on like the nicer sides of like Savannah or like in the outskirts like Hilton Head Island, like Bluffton, South Carolina, because it's only a 30-45 minute drive. I grew up in the fucking hood, man. I grew up in the trenches. So especially like being a black play, like being black and actually like playing hockey there. Everyone's like, "What are you doing? Like, we have a hockey team here." I was like, and then like on top of that, I was like, I didn't even grow up playing ice. I didn't start playing ice hockey until I was 12. So we had a roller hockey organization in Savannah. So I grew up playing travel roller, and I didn't start playing ice until my stepdad started taking me everywhere. My stepbrother, like whether it was Charleston, South Carolina, we go there all the summer and stay with our grandparents up there, or like we played for a team called the Daytona Junior Bolts out in Daytona, Florida, and we played in Jacksonville. Then we played all over the Carolinas, whether it was North Carolina, like the Pineville, Raleigh area, or like out in Columbia, South Carolina. So
Yeah, that's huge, especially like with everything like you grew up around, like you're just like you said, you're like you grew up in like the trenches. So it's good that you got like you're able to like play hockey and get yourself like play roller and then eventually get into ice. Like what was that roller hockey like, and just being able to just go and play some roller and enjoy your time with with your friends.
I mean, it was awesome. You know, like the roller hockey organization was called Super Goose. So like they had a really well established program already. They had a few guys that played pro. They were Canadian. You know, they moved down to Georgia for the cheap real estate and everything, and they wanted somewhere where they could play hockey. So they started the organization at a little outdoor rink at a park, and then they moved it into an indoor facility. And they built like a bunch of youth programs and stuff. And they traveled the country because you know roller hockey is one of those things where it's like it's not just regional. So like you can have a tournament in New York, you can have a tournament in Pittsburgh, you can have a tournament in like out in California because it's huge in California. So just through that it was like I got to travel the country basically and like travel all in North America and really develop a love of traveling. So it wasn't just like we're gonna like go out and play like street hockey and stuff. Like it was really good organized hockey. So I played goalie for roller too. So you know, like a lot of goalies who wear like sliders and stuff was like I played roller hockey before like the sliders were really like introduced. So I was still like sliding around, like moving around, like jumping around on the sport court and shit. So like that really like without roller hockey, I wouldn't have developed the athleticism I have in my game now. So it definitely, I mean, I owe roller hockey a lot.
Yeah, so like what were the like the differences and like the similarities and like the traits you got from playing roller hockey on ice hockey? I know you said your athleticism, but like and like obviously that's huge. Like I've seen you make some crazy saves over the past weekend when we were playing each other in the championship. But like what else made you go from like a roller goalie and have that transition into ice goalie?
There really, I mean, and that's another thing. Like there really isn't too much different. I mean, the only difference is really the ability to move laterally
Yeah.
because there really isn't any friction when you're on ice versus when you're in a roller setting. So, excuse me, the only thing I really changed is how raw I was. So being able to, you know, have the athleticism and just honing in and just becoming more control on the ice because you know, you fucking make one bad slide on the ice and you're in the corner.
Yeah.
Then you got to dive back across, like, you know, bust your ass back to the net to where you can take away the open net, empty net. So it's like just the past few years, and like even still now, I've just been working on my skating, my edge work, and everything, and just making sure I can be as controlled and as efficient and as smooth as possible.
Yeah, and like that's probably one of the biggest things I notice in your game is just how controlled you were, and like the movements and your movements and everything were like precise and like on point like every single time. And then if you had to make that like crazy save, like you're athletic enough where it becomes easy and 2-on-1 backdoor saves becomes a save for you instead of ending up in the back of the net. So like I really enjoyed watching you and watching like that part of your game. And like that's one of the first things I noticed.
Oh man, I fucking suck. I'm still trash. Um, I mean, yeah, yeah. I love, but the crazy like I love odd man rushes. I love 2-on-0 backdoor situations because you know sometimes you really do just want that unpredictability. You want to put the word you want to put the tools that you develop into a test. So I kind of look forward to those, you know, wild situations where I can make like a backdoor save and then still be able to even make two or even sometimes even a third save off that. So like now when it comes to that particular situation, like working on control, it's like I don't want to just make a diving across a lateral release back like on the backdoor save. It's like I want to try to beat the play on my feet and then make the save and then make it easier on myself to make a second save if I can. So yeah, I mean it's fun, but it's definitely still a work in progress, and it's something I'm always going to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. And just having that control, and like that's what I found like with a lot of like youth goalies that I work with is just they're sliding all over the place and not being the pass on your feet, and like recognize, like obviously like they're younger, but like just like develop and like recognize that you don't have to slide every single time. Like you can beat a pass on your feet, and like it honestly makes your job so much easier. So you're not scrambling all over the place. Like you're controlled, and you're able to make the decision if where it's going. If you need to go in the butterfly, stand up, like whatever needs to happen to make that save.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like all the kids on them like move around and jump all over the place like flurry, but nobody just wants to make like the simple save. So, but it's good. I like the fact that we're moving back towards like goalies not being so robotic and
Yeah,
so like blocky all the time. I like the fact that like the kids are taking more initiative to actually just be athletes first. And then as they get older, we can always develop a goalie. We can always teach you different like techniques and stuff like that. But it you can't teach someone to be an athlete.
yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. And like it just grows, and like you see it more and more now with like the oversliding and everything. So it's just simplify your game, like makes your job way more easier, because you know how goaltending is and how hard it could be. Like as long as you make it easy, like makes everything a lot more easy and more controlled.
yeah, simple is easy and easy is simple.
Yeah, exactly. But like you like transitioning from like roller to ice hockey, like what were some of like your favorite memories growing up, especially in like youth hockey before like you went into juniors and then college?
Oh man, it was just fun. Like my stepdad coached the roller hockey team that I played on growing up. It was like at first we sucked, like we were fucking terrible. But as we got older and we started playing more so out of like Atlanta regionally, we made more friends. Like we like attracted better players, and from that point on, like from a roller hockey standpoint, like we were shitting on a lot of teams. Like we were one of the best teams, if not like we were. It was very rare when we were second, and if we were second, then the other team that beat us was just really good. So yeah, it's fun to win, man. Like that, but like going over to like ice hockey, like I didn't. This was the first time where I've ever actually like won something from like ice hockey perspective. But at the same time, like it was still fun. I liked how ice hockey was a little bit more of a business, how everyone took it like a little bit more serious in roller hockey, just because you can make money financially off of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you turn like 14 and 15 and like 16, you really start having to make those decisions of how serious you're going to be. Like, do you want to play college hockey? You have pro aspirations and stuff like that. And I just loved it. Like, from that point on, just the competition just increased. And the drive to be better and to do well just increased as well.
Yeah, and like you have like all these dreams when you're younger, and like especially like youth hockey, like winning a championship, just having fun with your buddies, like that's what youth hockey is all about. And hockey in general is all about. And then it's like you move on, and like you see like that business side and everything, and you're like, I can make some money with playing the best sport in the world, playing what I've always dreamed to be. So like it
Uh-huh.
like just makes you like want it even more and even more, especially like as you go up the levels, like competition gets better, and all of us love competition, love like when like we are really challenged and really gotta step up and make the saves and help the team win.
Oh yeah, 100%. And plus, I mean, you get different aspects and like different perks like free gear
Yeah.
depending on what school you go to, and then depending on what school you go to, so you might get to go to school for free if not damn near.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a motivating aspect as well.
Yeah, exactly. So like what made you like become a goalie? Like I like was it just like for it, or was it like you're just gonna be a goalie from growing up, or like were you like Like, what made that decision to be a goalie?
So the crazy, like it was wild. So there was another black kid that played at Super Goose at the time, and he was a goalie. It was like, oh shit. It was like just seeing someone that looked like me who, was playing hockey. It was like it kind of felt like, oh man, I guess I got to do that too, sort of. And then whenever like I started looking more so at like hockey, like a lot of the great players, I just so happened to stumble across like Ray Emery. Like Ray Emery is hands down one of my favorite goalie. And then and then Coco too, when he was playing like for St. Louis, and then even before that when he was winning a bunch of championships with the Oilers. And if you guys don't know who Coco is, do your fucking homework. It's Grant Fuhr. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you guys don't know who Grant Fuhr is. But yeah. And then as I got older and I started looking more into the game, I was like, I saw Kevin Weeks. Like Kevin Weeks at the time was playing for Carolina. And then you get to like Mike Greer, and you get to Anson Carter, and you get to the the Subban brothers, Malcolm Jordan and PK. It was just an extra battery in my back, to keep playing. And then like at the same time, like a lot of the black players that were really doing well were goalies, and I just took after that. And plus, like you can't beat getting your own gearing, like getting like to customize it with the crazy helmet with the crazy colors and stuff. And plus, it's like I was an asshole as a kid. Like I never want to get off the ice, so it's like it was a no brainer to like be a goalie. It's like, what you mean to tell me I don't have to ever come off? Sure, why not?
I can stay on the ice for 60 minutes and not get off at all. Fucking
Unless I,
do it.
yeah, unless I suck, yeah, sign me up.
That's crazy, and like that's a good story to bounce it off of. And then like you get the free gear, the custom gear. Like that's probably the sickest part about the job is the customization and everything like that. And like getting the free gear, like there's honestly like nothing better. And like you just got to keep going and enjoying it, because it's a stressful position at times, a lot of the time, but like it's definitely fun and fulfilling.
Oh, 100%. I was like, you like the one like piece of advice I got was you just can't really ride the wave. Like you can't really let the stress get to you.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to compartmentalize, and then like if you fuck up, just like, oh, okay, I fucked up. Let's just make the next save.
Yeah, just laugh at yourself, smile a little bit, drink some water, and forget about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like that's like my origin story to be a goalie was it's like my buddy played varsity high school hockey at the time, and like I've always been a forward, like ever since like I was 3 years old, like all the way until I was 18. Like I was a forward and love scoring goals and everything. Still do, like when I get the off chance to obviously go take some shots. But like he was like, you should try on my goalie gear and try to try to do something with, or like try to do something with it. So I was like, all right, sure. Like I'll go to the stick and puck and try it out. And then fell in love with it from there. Like I love the desperation saves where it's like you quickly find out where it's like if you're making a desperation save, the majority of the time you're not in position, and you're most likely gonna have to scurry back in the net to make a insane save. Like so that was a good feeling, but like it's obviously not ideal. And then I was also a smaller kid, like as a kid. So like, and like I always had dreams of playing pro as a goalie, even like throughout my youth career, playing forward in high school career and everything. But like I was like, if I really want to make it, like especially on the smaller side, like I think I need to be a goalie. So ever since made that switch, it's been a blessing, and like the opportunities and everything like have been nothing short of a blessing. And like I just love the position, love the game, and love just getting better every day and like being the center of attention.
Oh, 100%. It's like, so I have a couple questions off that, but I also want to like throw in. That's kind of crazy that you decided to. I was like, oh, I'm a smaller kid, so the only way I'm gonna make it is like be a goalie. When like you said you started playing goalie 6 years ago.
5 years ago. So close.
Okay, 5 years ago. So you were playing hockey longer than you were a goalie.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Like that's still like during the time towards like they weren't like even NHL teams, they weren't really fucking with people unless they were like 6'1", 6 foot maybe and above. So that's nuts, man. That you during a time where like only big guys are getting a look, you were thinking about just being a goalie. Well, I mean, it makes sense now because like they're realizing that sometimes like even though you can't teach size, and you see a person like Dinger that's fucking 7'12" off of
Yeah.
skates, but I mean, he's a monster too, man. That guy, he's disgusting, especially like when the season you just had with Pensacola. That you just decided to play. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play goalie, but it also makes sense because we are a little weird too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely weird, crazy, whatever you want to call it. But like, I was definitely like I did not weigh that much either. So like, I was just getting
yeah,
surrounded and everything. So I was like, s- everyone, people are gonna take me more seriously. Like, even if I am like like lighter, like if I'm like a good goalie and can actually like keep the puck out of the net, which I think I can.
yeah. So, who is your motive? Like, besides your buddy that played varsity high school, like, who was your motivation, like, to um to be a goalie? Like, did you model your game after any pros? Like, who's your favorite pro?
That's a good question because like I go back and forth a lot. Like I really like Jordan Bennington. Bennington was one of the goalies that really got me into like wanting to be a goalie. Like Marc Andre
Okay.
Fleury, guys like that, and like I just like that was a big thing in like my early career as a goalie was that really enjoy getting into it, like the
Hmm.
feistiness and everything like Bennington does, and like the antics that Marc Andre Fleury has. So like I definitely like modeled like my game off that, and like Jordan Bennington also got in a fight in the AHL, like
Oh
with
yeah, when he was
Chicago
playing for
Chicago
San
Wolves
Antonio,
and
it
San
was
Antonio.
yeah, dude. He fought like he like man. A lot of people don't realize like he's been fighting people since like the San Antonio Rampage days, and even whenever did you follow him when he played for Owen Sound too? Like, I'm a hockey
A
nerd, so
little
like
bit.
I do my Googles. So like he was still in Menace like when he was playing for Owen Sound in the O, and then even Flurry mixes it up a bit when he was playing in the Q.
Yeah, and like I love like the fireness like he has. Like one thing could set him off, and then like plays unreal after that. So
Yeah,
I was like
yep.
fuck, like that's what I want to be. But like I've definitely like toned it down where because like in men's league I was just starting scraps with guys that are probably like 6'6",
Yeah.
250, 75, and I'm out here like going toe to toe with them, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Like I'm not winning this battle. Like what am I doing?
Sometimes, man, sometimes you really just gotta let people know. It's like nobody wants to fight a honey badger.
Yeah.
I've seen like, especially like in our games and stuff. I see that fire. That's when you said Bennington, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I can see it a little bit.
Yeah, I've definitely toned it down a little bit because like I quickly learned like once I actually start getting really fired up, like that's when my game
Yeah.
obviously doesn't go as well as I want it to. Like when I'm controlled and my emotions are in check. So like I've definitely learned, and then like now I'd say probably Michael Hutchinson. I like to play like Michael Hutchinson from
Okay.
I think he plays in Grand Rapids in the A right now.
Yep.
But
Yep.
like
He was a Vegas.
he's
He got
like
traded from Vegas.
yeah, he did. And he's like my size. And like I just like how controlled he is and like how he's
Hmm.
still like super athletic being 5'10", 5'11", whatever he is. And like he's so good with his skating as well. So like I like to take after him.
And 5'10", like 5'11", isn't small, but like you wouldn't notice that he's like 5'10", 5'11", just because of how big he presents himself in the net. He fills up and he takes a lot of space. And like you said, like his skating, his edge work is really good. So like the size thing compared to like I mean fucking Sebastian Costa, who
Yeah.
was another 7 footer off his skates too, should be a goddamn center for the Pistons. Um, yeah, like, but that size thing it doesn't matter just because of how efficient he is on his feet, and even like when he's not on his feet, how efficient he is.
Yeah. It's huge, like just learning and like really like nitpicking like his game and just being like, I want to be exactly like him. Like obviously like you can only do so much. Like he's playing the fucking NHL and the AHL. And obviously I'm in the Fed in the mill right now. So I still got a lot of work to do, but like you're still like learning from guys like that, just learning how to be in good position and as well as like making yourself bigger. Cause like sometimes it's tough, especially as a smaller goalie, but like you just got to fill the net as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, our job is to stop the puck. You got to do it by any means.
Yeah, exactly. But like, who's like you said Grant Fuhr was one of your guys, like Malcolm Subban, like guys like that. Like, who do you really like emulate your game after?
Buck definitely Razor. So like Ray Emery, love Carey Price and how efficient and smooth he is. I mean, everybody wants to skate like Carey Price. But man, I don't even know to be honest with you anymore. Because it's like, yes, there still is like the athleticism with
Yeah,
goalies and everything, but it's like I watch and I consume so much hockey to where it's like I don't really I identify with one guy in particular. It's like I try to pick apart and take things that I like from like all goalies. So like I take like the might take the athleticism of Fleury,
yeah,
might take the depth awareness and how compact that Buck plays, even though he's 6'5" off his skates. I love the way Mike Smith handles the puck. So I was like, I really for including like my edge work and stuff is like I really work like during the off season, even like during the season, I work on my ability to handle the puck and make plays just like as Mike Smith was. As Mike Smith did. It's like he was another defender back then. You know, he like relieved so much stress and was the golden child and like the goat of like playing the puck and like making breakout passes and like getting assists and just helping his team out all together just because of how well he can handle the puck and like control the pace of play and stuff.
yeah. That's also one thing that I noticed from your game was moving the puck. Like, I remember like thinking like in the game, I was like, when you move the puck and like your like your team's coming down, like I'm like, I can't give this guy an assist. Like I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I gotta make a save here because I'm not giving up an assist to a goalie. But like you are like super good with the puck and like quickly move it out of the zone. But like I definitely feel that with like Mike Smith. Like he was an unreal puck handler and
Oh, dude,
scored a
unreal.
goal. I scored a couple, one or two goals, I believe. Right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, like that's another thing that's a work in progress for me. So like I'm all right with it, but it's like I want to be. It's just like making saves. It's like I want to be able to consistently make the simple saves and make the
Yeah.
simple plays all the time. It's like it's crazy that you said you don't want to give up an assist. It's like I was never thinking about like getting an assist. And like even when we had like empty net situations, I remember in what was it, game 2, I took a fucking delayed game penalty. When
Flung
realistically
that
we are on
flung that thing
yeah,
right in the netting.
yeah, this shit was like they rolled up on the the tip of my stick, pause, and just fucking went straight up. I was like, fuck. Now we went from a situation to where it's 5-on-4 to 6-on-4 to now we're 6-on-3. When realistically, if I had time, no one was pressuring me. Like this is jumping further, but like in that situation, you guys didn't even pressure me with the puck. Like I could have sat there and just killed like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You realize that I'm always gonna just make like the simple play out to the boards and stuff where because you guys collapsed to the boards and took my options away, all I had to do is fucking ice it down and like either shoot from the net. I mean, it wouldn't have even been icing because when we were on the penalty kill. So that was a fuck up on my part. An example of how I could definitely be better and how I'm still mid at handling the puck.
Yeah.
Salute to Mike Smith though.
Yeah, because I think we tied. We made it 3-2 with like a minute left on that 6-on-3. I think, and
Yeah.
it went to
Yep.
6-on-4, and we're pressuring you guys a lot. But like
Yeah.
we didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't tie it up. But like it was still like when you did that, we're all like, it's an opportunity. Like we gotta do something here.
Yeah. 100%. And the crazy thing, and I'm not talking shit, but even when you guys scored that goal to make it 3-2, I wasn't worried.
Yeah,
And it was hilarious. And like that's the best hockey like we as a team played all year. Oh, but yeah, like I was saying, it's like we're talking about puck play and everything, like being able to like handle the puck. Even when I got that delayed game penalty in the second in game 2 when we were at your guys' home. And then you guys scored. I mean, well, even before then, it was kind of nuts. It's like I got the delayed game penalty. It's like sometimes like some teams would be on your ass about it. It's like, oh man, like you really like fucked up. Like,
yeah,
just make the play, just ice the puck. Da 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 da. It was nuts. Like we weren't even worried about it. mean, yeah, the guys gave me a little bit of shit, but it wasn't like fuck you kind of. It was more so like joking about it. It's like, oh man, you should have just fucking shot for the empty net. As I was just trying to make the simple play. I was like, yeah, simple play, you got a fucking penalty. Congratulations. Well, like then you guys scored and like we still weren't worried. Like it wasn't. And I'm not saying that like to shit on you guys or anything, but it was one of those moments to where it's like you when you know. It's like we had the utmost confidence
Yeah.
the entire time we're playing. Like we weren't worried about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like that whole like series, like even though we lost like the championship, like that was still like one of the most fun experiences I've had. Like gained like valuable experience through playing at like a high level like that and like a high chase. Like you're chasing the cops, so it's like all the pressure is on. So like it was really cool to like play for that, and then like the whole series, like I don't think we played bad. Like I didn't play bad the entire series. Like sure there's goals like you're like fuck I should have had, but like I didn't play good or I didn't play bad. You didn't play bad. Like it was it was definitely like a fun experience and like experience that's like invaluable for going up to the next level and just like taking on what you learned from being in the championship onto like the next season coming up.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like, and no, like you got to give yourself some promise. Like you kept your team in it
Yeah.
because the one thing I will say about our team is like whenever we smell like, and this isn't like trying to be funny, like no pun intended, but whenever we fucking smell blood, it's like we're there,
Yeah.
we're swarming, we're coming after you, and then no, it's like, and then to even like speak on that, it's like I don't think I played spectacularly. I mean, I didn't. I mean, that first game when we played, we lost. We beat you guys what 6-4, and we had an empty
5-4, I think.
netters
Yeah, it's
5-4. Okay, yeah, cool. I
something
let up
like that.
fucking 5 goals.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I let up 5 goals. Like, if we didn't shoot the lights out, we wouldn't have won. I mean, I played a mid game. My best game of the series, in my opinion, was game two. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I just feel like I played the best out of all like the best in game two. I mean, I played all right in game one. I mean, we still won, but at the same time, it's like, and this comes back to like the confidence I had in the teams. Like, dude, we were fucking down 3-2 going into the third period.
Yeah.
Like, you guys had the stranglehold on the game. So, I mean, even though we didn't feel it numerically, shit was spooky.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys score one more goal and the game could have been tilted the other way completely. Next thing you know, we go from sweeping on Friday to next like we can be playing on Saturday. And you might sneak one out on Saturday. Next thing you know, we're driving back to Muskegon to play a game for game five. You know, it could have went any way, but it's just like I had no fear. I had the utmost confidence in what we were doing all year long, and the guys in the locker room, and they proved me right.
Yeah.
All I literally had to do was make the saves I'm supposed to make, and then that was it. I just did my job.
Yeah, that's huge to recognize that, and like that's the same thing for like for me. Like game one, like I played like all right. Like I played good, but like it wasn't like the best. Like especially like the first half of the game, like wasn't like I like wasn't going my way. And then like as the game went on, like you get more confident. You're like, yeah, like
Yeah,
this is like going good now. And then game two is what a 3-2 game, and like
yeah.
it happened all like it was 3-2 at the end of the second, and we both played really good in game two. And then
No, it was and are you? No, it was. We were up in game two. You guys didn't score your second goal into the third period
oh,
when.
it was 3 3
Yeah.
1 heading into the third
Yep.
period, and then we
Yep.
tied it late again, I believe.
Yeah, and then we got the go ahead goal, and then we just sat on it from there.
Yeah, it was
Well,
3.
no, you didn't. You never. You guys never tied it.
Yeah, no, it was 3-2. You were up 3-1, and then we tied it or we made it 3-2.
Yeah, in the third period with like a minute with a minute left.
Yeah. So that was
Yep.
that was a heartbreaker for me to since it was a 3-2 game, but then like game 3 comes and I think that's the best I played in the series. Like the score, like the final score doesn't like seem to see that because it was 6-3, but like that was probably my best game, especially in that second period. Like you guys had us
Yeah,
in our zone for good
yeah,
15 minutes and probably faced 25 shots that period and like stopped 24 of them.
yeah,
Like that gave me a lot of confidence. And then it was 3-3 all the way until the last 3 minutes of the game, and that's when
yeah,
things started to break out. But like game 3 was definitely my best game. And like it was definitely a good, like I didn't love giving up like the goals that I did, but like I still played unreal and kept us in the game. Like at the end of the day, like that's all you can do, especially in situations like that. You just got to keep the boys in it.
yeah. And it's wild that you say that. It's like whenever I never really, I mean, I don't really look at it like a battle, like a battle of the goalies, but
Yeah.
I definitely feed off your energy. So whenever you were making those saves, we were down 3-1. Like you said, I was like, it's like that meme. Like I don't know if you ever seen Snowfall, but like Jerome from Snowfall when he's combing his hair and he has the oil sheen going, he's like, yeah, yeah, they're squabbling. I got that motivation. It's like, oh man, like he's out here letting his nuts hang. I was like, let me get my shit together. Let me pop shit for a little bit. And then we came back and we fought, like we won. And I was like, okay. But at the same time, it was dope to see that you didn't go out, without a fight. It's like you had. It was like when we went out, it was like it was a knife to a gunfight situation. But hey, it was you fucking stabbed a couple people with that knife. You got yours. You drew blood.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a fun series, and like a story that like I'll not forget was in that game 3. Like as we come out and like I got my water from the bench. Like it's like your fans were rowdy that night. It was rowdy in that
Yeah,
place in game 3. Like I remember coming out, getting my water, and like you know how like the nets, like the top of the nets are usually like loose.
yeah,
That shit was like tight, and like I
yeah.
tossed my
No,
water bottle on top of the net.
yeah,
Him just comes flying off,
yep,
pops the water bottle. The fans in the corner is saying, "Yeah,
giving it to
that's
you.
right. You fucking like suck. You can't even put your fucking water bottle on top of your net." And I was like, "Holy fuck, this is gonna be a night." And then
Yeah,
all game I was hearing, "Hudak, you suck. Number one, you suck." And then like going to the second period, I'm like, "Thank goodness I'm further away from them." Nope, they come right behind me, tap on the
yeah,
glass the entire period. Like I drew a penalty in the second period with the goalie interference, and like I like flew back in the net. Like I wasn't expecting it, so like I flew back in the net, and then they're like, "You're such a fucking pussy. Like that's fucking soft." And like I went into the corner and just laughed and smiled at them, just like, and they're just giving it to me after that. And then they went on to like do the glass behind me, like tap on the glass the entire period.
yep.
And, like they're just, and then they finally go back to where they were sitting. And then the whole third period, I heard, "Hudak, you suck. Number one, you suck. You fucking suck." It was a definitely props to them. I love that shit.
No, it's like that's one of the things like playing in the league is like it really surprises us. We got a really good turnout, and when it comes to like support within the community, you guys had a crazy turnout for your games too. And it's like, and then the one thing I love but I also hate whenever I go into like opposing arenas is like the goal horns.
Yeah,
So even when you guys scored against me, I was like, oh, okay, let's see what their goal horn sounds like. And it was a boat horn. I was like, oh, okay, this is really fucking cool, but I don't want to hear this shit ever again.
yeah,
So I mean, like even like little touches and things like that, like the giant boat horn, and it's like just like the people in your guys' building going crazy and the cowbells and shit like that. That was really cool. So it was like it that's really what makes the difference between like beer league and then like semi pro. It's like the people really like live and die by the hockey in the community, even like small town hockey within the community too. I felt like junior hockey all over again, if
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that part because it's like you're going into different buildings and stuff, and you're seeing like the fan base and everything. Like the goal horn, like I didn't want to hear your goal horn 6 times or whatever it was. Like fuck. Like, I didn't want to hear that. But like it's still like, and then like the fans go crazy and everything when you guys score, and it gets loud, and like same thing with
Yeah.
ski and like the boat horn. Like I love hearing that,
Yep.
and then just the fans going crazy. Like that's what it's all about. Like I love like the atmospheres, and even though I really don't really notice a whole lot of it during the game, but like between whistles, like you admire it a lot more than you would in like the actual game.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like that's the one thing is like I get into like such like a zone towards like I'm just like in my own space of like
Yeah,
if the fan if they're not like immediately behind me or like off into like the corners and stuff, it's like I don't even notice it.
yeah,
So when like the adrenaline and everything wears off like after the game, like you see how many people are actually in the stands when you're leaving the ice, or like even when we were like doing the ceremony, like the handshake line and stuff. When you really see how many people actually came out and like support, it's like it's really emotional. You
yeah.
know, like it you know, you love all those fans and stuff like it. Like we can't really thank them enough. Because like without them, it's like we be playing in empty barns. Like shit would just be boring.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get the music going too in the building, and
Yeah,
like you're just bopping your head like to the music like during warm ups or like between periods. Like if you're feeling good, like it's a good feeling.
yeah. I definitely am one of those people that like just need that playoff of vibes. Like
Yeah.
even if the vibes are kind of shit, it's like I try to ignore it and just like create my own vibe, like create my own situation and stuff. Like, and then speaking of that, like, what do you do before? What's your pregame routine? Like, do you listen to music or anything?
Yeah, so like usually like I do like my stretching like maybe about an hour before the game, like dynamic stretching. Like I'll do like lunges, side lunges, stuff like that, like high knees, butt kickers, like that stuff. And like that's when I really like put in the tunes, and like my playlist goes from like every direction, country, pop, rock, a little bit of EDM, rap a little bit. Like it's every genre you could think of, it's probably playing my playlist. And then go then play a little sewer, obviously. You gotta play sewer with the boys.
100%.
And then with like 30 minutes to go before warmies, I'll go start getting dressed just so I can like take my time and don't have to rush. And and then like between periods, like I was I would just like, especially like in games like we were playing like tight games like then, like you got to stay dialed. Like I was listening to like one song on repeat. I'm gonna pull it up right here to it's I forgot what it's called, but like it's like I'd play this like through the whole period. Like doesn't matter, or through the whole intermission. Doesn't matter if like another song comes on, like I'll back up to it. But it's like You're Gonna Go Far, Kid by The Offspring.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
was just playing throughout the intermissions in my headphones, and I was just getting dialed to that.
yeah. That's a good song. They have that whole album is really good. I can't remember the name of the album, but that's that has the song where the dude is talking about uh nah, why don't you get a job or something crazy like that, right?
It's gonna fuck. What is it? I think it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Also,
gonna have to
I
play it
apologize for singing. I can't fucking sing to save my life.
again. But like that was like You're Gonna Go Far, Kid. Like that's like I guess my mantra now is because like I've only been playing goalie for 5 years, and like I want to get to the highest level that I can. So it's like just gotta one game at a time, one save at a time, and just keep going up from there and keep going up the leagues and getting as high as I can.
No, 100%. I feel like, especially like for goalies and stuff, like if we want and we have aspirations to really move up, we are the position that we can actually do it.
Yeah,
You know, it's like someone fucks around and gets hurt like at the NHL level, like it automatically creates a trickle down effect.
yeah,
You know, if someone fucks around and dies, next thing, God forbid, you know, you got to find someone that can go and stop the puck. And then you work like the call up system that someone has to replace the guy that just got called up and so on and so forth.
So it
you know.
creates an opening.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to do, definitely keep doing it. Keep pushing.
Because were you in Fort Wayne for a little bit this season? Yeah, I know it's on your
I literally backed up for a fucking game.
how
That's it.
how that's still pretty sick. Like how was it?
Unreal. I mean, you literally go. Fort Wayne is one of the best organizations in the ECHL. I mean, you can ask anyone. That building gets so fucking crazy, and the fans are diehard.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm a nobody. It's like, and then we do like a skate with the fans after the game, and people know who I am. I'm like, no, da da da, and they don't care. They want your signature. It's like you're on the team while you're there. I was like, dude, I don't want to sign your kid's fucking stick. I'm not important. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but they don't care. They love and they support their team. The ownership group gives the guys whatever they want. Shout out to Skyler. That's my guy. I've known him even before he was the head equipment manager for the Komets. He was working at Indiana Tech, and in my opinion, he is the best equipment manager in the coast. I mean, not just from like a job perspective, but just like he's a great guy all around.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I get to call him one of my friends. So, and then he gets whatever he needs to make his life easy. He makes the guys on the team's life easy. Uh, Top notch facility. Like, I mean, their locker room is insane. You know, they whatever they want and whatever they need to like do well, they have. So
Yeah. How did that opportunity like come up? Like was it from the equipment manager? I was like, we needed an e-bug for the night, or like what happened?
yeah, so I got a just like a random phone call. Like I said, I knew Skyler before like he started work for the Komets. So like I thought he was calling me just like talk some shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, long story short, he goes, hey, we might need you for the game. Okay, cool. Just let me know. And I go to sleep that night after staying up and just playing Xbox for a bit. And I call in the morning, like, hey, we actually need you. Would you mind coming? Sure. Why the fuck not?
Yeah. Why
You
not?
know? So yeah.
Yeah, great little great opportunity and great experience to live the coast life for a day. And like what's like you're on the ice for warm-ups and everything, and then you sit on the bench. Like what, like obviously that's unreal like you said, but like what was the feeling like just taking warm-up shots from the guys?
I didn't have a feeling, like I wasn't like super high. I wasn't low at all because like I said, it's just a blessing like to be there. Like at the end of the day, like that's where I want to be. Like
Yeah.
I want to play against guys like that. Like I want to be able to play against my friends in the league. So it was honestly just another day for me. I saw it as an opportunity to really go and show that I can play at that level. I mean, even though like everyone's like, "Oh, dude, fuck you," it's warm ups. Like everyone's gonna do well in warm ups. Well, the thing is, like if you've ever been in the backup position, like your job is to fucking get scored on.
Yeah.
And like it was just it was weird. It's like I didn't want to get scored on. I just did everything in my power to not shit the bed in like warm ups and shit like that. So I mean, it was fun, but I wasn't really starstruck to say, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't really like overwhelmed by the situation. I kind of just like compartmentalized everything and just took that as an opportunity to really just go out there and have fun and play hockey and be a part of something at a high level.
Yeah. Yo, you have nothing to lose. Like you're backing up. Like just enjoy it and just enjoy the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And then if something happens crazy and you gotta go in and just play your game.
Yeah. It's all
Like
it is.
it's a win-win situation for you. I mean, people expect like, especially like from an ebook perspective, like they expect you to go fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already 1 foot in the grave. I mean, and then if you make a couple saves, the next thing you know, you're the hero.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's crazy how that goes, but like I want to get into like the mental side of the game a little bit here. It's like what's like your mentality like going into a game, and then like when you're in the game and a rush is coming your way in the zone, like are you like what's going on in your head? Like is it like you have like a saying that you're saying like one shot, one save, like that's what I you just say it's just like one shot, one save, and it like focuses me to get to take that shot and like don't think about like the future.
Honestly, man, I'm like the weirdest but most cerebral. I don't know if that's a good use of like the word cerebral, but fuck it. Person ever. It's like I don't think about anything. Like the times I'm playing the best is when I'm just not thinking. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually thinking about other shit like outside of hockey. Because like hockey is a safe place for me. Like it's a mental escape from like the everyday world. You know what I mean? Because there's definitely like not to be too deep. Like there's other shit going on in the world that is way more important and way more serious than making a save. So like if I feel like if I put too much of an emphasis on making a save, or if I'm thinking about the play too much, that's when I start fucking up. Like if I'm telling myself, "Oh, you got to make a save," "Oh, you got to make the save," that's like you're already thinking about it. Next
Yeah,
thing you know, the time you're taking to think about it, you're taking away from yourself and your body to actually react and make the save. And shit's in the back of the net. So 9 times out of 10, especially like if it's someone that's been talking shit to me the whole game, or if it's someone that I really think is good and I'm really interested to like see what they do with the puck or like, what they do in that play, I'm usually like, okay, what are you gonna do this time?
yeah,
That's probably the most you'll say. I was like, okay, what move are we doing this time? And I'm just following them, just going with the flow of the game. Um, I try not to put too much stock into like getting scored on. It's like I fucking hate getting scored on. You can ask anybody that skated with me, whether it's a summer skate, whether it's a practice, or even the game. I'm hard on myself, so it's like I don't really need anyone else to be hard on me. Like, hey, you got to fucking make that save, dude. Fuck you. I know what I have to
fucking
do.
no.
Yeah, thanks. The one job I'm supposed to do is like you're telling me I got to do it.
Yeah,
Thanks. Like now you're gonna tell me like the sky is blue too. Okay, cool. Thanks. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But so I kind of just like try to think like happy thoughts. Like one of the things that I picked up from Man is like we had like a mental strength coach, and I think his name was Doc Wiley, and he always like I didn't work with him too much because like I said I was like folding towels like whenever I wasn't at practice and stuff. Is like, but one of the things that like I overheard him saying like in meetings and stuff was like I always think blue. Like blue's a happy color. So like whenever you think when you look at like thinking blue or you look at the color blue, like the chemicals in your brain automatically put you more at a you know, peaceful level rather than like a fiery color like red or like orange or stuff like that. So like when I'm really going through it or when I'm having the shit game, it's like, all right, just think blue, just fucking reset, make the next save. And then that's literally it. Like I don't really lock in whenever I go into the locker room. I mean, I'm focused here for sure, but like someone can walk up and talk to me and have a full blown conversation about other shit like music. Like, hey, what are you gonna eat after the game? Shit, I don't know. I just want to focus on making a save.
yeah,
But no, and then on top of that, it's like the only thing I really don't like doing is spending too much time thinking about like fuck ups
yeah,
or like what happened in the last period. That's I'll give like my teammates stuff like the time was like, hey, my bad on this situation, this situation, this situation. And then I'll just look at them and tell them, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's life, dude. I mean, shit is gonna happen. Like weird shit happens all the time. It's like don't beat yourself up about it. New period, new game. And then like if they keep harping on it, I would look at them like, hey, look, are we in second period? No, we're going into the third period. All right, second period doesn't exist. Let's fucking bounce back and have fun. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're having fun, you're playing the best.
yeah. Exactly. I love that mindset. It kind of like reminds me of like the whole like Devin Cooley controversy when he said like we're all gonna die at the end of the day. Like it doesn't really matter. And then everyone's like, oh, like what's wrong with him? But like it's like that's like the mindset that he has as like he could have a shit game and give up 7, 8 goals, and at the end of the day,
Yeah.
not gonna matter. And like he could have the greatest game, get a 50 save shutout, and it really doesn't matter. It's like he's just playing the game that he loves, and he gets to play at the highest level possible.
Yeah, 100%. It's like I said before, it's like as a goalie, you can't really ride the highs for too long. You can't really ride the lows too long. So it's like as soon as I step on that ice, I was like, I'm automatically happy because
Yeah.
like I'm in my happy place. You know what I mean? And then this is some hater shit, and this is like everyone's like, oh man, you're a really piece of shit. You're a real piece of shit for doing this. But whenever I have a game I'm not happy with, you know what I do?
What?
I go and watch like an NHL game that's a complete blowout where it scores like fucking 7-1, like 6-2. The goalie scored on himself or some shit like that. And I laugh. Like, oh, this motherfucker, this guy sucks. But at the end of the day, it's like they're playing at the highest level. They're playing in the NHL, and it's the best league in the world. If they're giving up 6 goals, if they're giving up 7 goals, it's all right.
Yeah, exactly. They there's nothing to it. Like they got way they're making bank over there. Like there's nothing else that you can really do.
They're not flying off the handle and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to throw a fit, throw a tantrum when the pros fuck up too.
Yeah.
The world like they're
Everyone fucks up at some point.
yeah, exactly. And you just gotta like when you start to understand that, and when you start to realize like yes, like you can do a lot financially for yourself and set yourself aside whenever you play well, whenever you move up the ranks and stuff. But whenever you realize like it's just a game at the end of the day, and in a couple days, unless you live in Toronto, nobody's gonna give a fuck if you give up 7 goals. Like the world becomes an easier place to live in.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to look at it and everything. Like that's like kind of like with like my mindset with her, where it's like one shot, one save, and like that's all I'm really thinking. But it's like I don't really get down or get to the lowest down that I can get when I get scored on. Like just laugh it off. Like just
Yeah,
smile a little bit, laugh it off, take a drink of water, and then reset. And you're playing hockey, so it's like the best sport in the world. So just enjoy it. And when, like you said, like if you're having fun out there, like you're gonna play good. And like at the end of the day, it's not nothing's gonna matter because you're having fun.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, hmm, what was it like playing in the Fed?
And so like I just practice. So like it was obviously like, but like I obviously like got the whole experience, like being with the boys in the locker room, like practicing every day. Like I honestly like enjoyed it. Like it was a great experience and a great development year for me. Like I've obviously like I said before, like only been playing goalie for 5 years now. So just to be here is incredible and a blessing. And it's like I learned so much just from this year on like how to be a pro, how to be successful in the Fed, and like you're just taking high quality shots from guys that practice every day. And like a lot of our guys like should be in the SB. Like they're really
Yeah,
skilled, and like a lot of them have like really good shots. Like just like reading the play, just reading how reading tendencies that the guys have, stuff like that.
hey,
And just like being like there in general. And it was just awesome to see and awesome to experience. And I honestly can't wait for what next year brings. And I honestly think like I'm ready to get games for next season, and I can definitely be successful.
well, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna kill it. I'm gonna speak into existence for you. Like you're gonna take this off season, really work on the things that you need to work on, and you're gonna make Watertown next year. I mean, fuck, I've seen you play. I have no doubt in mind that you can do it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And like I'm gonna have the biggest off season of my career so far, and I'm gonna do whatever.
Yeah,
And because I know I've been at the level, like at the Fed level, like I know what it takes to stick up here, and I know what I need to do, what I need to work on to make an impact, and hopefully go for a championship run here next season.
yeah, as you should. I mean, you guys. that's a good organization. I mean, if there's a place where you can do it, I feel like you can do it there. And they got the support and everything for it too. So
Yeah. And like that was like one of the biggest things as well, is like just like being good in the community and everything. Like I coached the younger goalies in the organization and everything like that. And like I was doing tickets a lot this year, and like just like getting to know all the fans and everything. So like it was like really cool just seeing like how like the fans reacted to me, and like it was pretty cool because it's like I wasn't playing games, but everyone knows who I am, and everyone
oh yeah.
it's like that I'm ready to go if ever needed.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. You just gotta be ready for whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But like you were at the Wolves free agent camp this
Hmm.
past year. It's like what was that experience like, and seeing the Fed level?
It was cool. It was all right. I mean, it was cool. I was there. It was kind of a weird situation. Like I broke. That's really like just like just a bad luck situation. It's like I broke every single stick when I
Oh,
was there. Uh, you remember Tate Leeson?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we were
love
doing
Leester. He's
just
a
like a
beauty.
guy's hilarious, really good guy. So we are doing like the warm up skate and everything. I went and I played the puck, and he pinches the glass like like he's smaller, so I rim the glass, I rim the puck off the glass, and it fucking nicks his ear and like cuts his ear open. Yeah, so it's like, and then like from there, it's like I break all my sticks, and then like by the end of the free agent camp, it's like I'm using someone else's sticks. I'm like, fuck, this is miserable. But at the same time, like it was fun too. It was like even for like free agent camp, just stuff, like the fans came out and really supported, and they put on a spectacle. Like it was awesome. It was cool to be there while I was there.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and you're able to just see what it's like and improve for next season or wherever you want to go after that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Plus, like it's a foot in the door opportunity as well. I was like, yeah, I was at a free agent camp, like just dumb shit happened, but at the same time, I still was on like a list that they can contact whenever they want.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's just another opportunity to make the most of it and just have fun with it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think this is a great place to wrap this episode up. So, Elijah, it was a lot of fun playing against you this past series in the MIHL in the mill, and like I really appreciate your time coming on the show, and I want to wish you the best of luck wherever the next path takes you.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.